that Black communities are gangsters.
Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranda. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for all the love and support. Those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you so much for all the love and support. So guys, I came by this video and I thought to share with you guys where these Asian Americans were actually giving the reasons why, Asian people actually dislike Black people. Guys, I'm just gonna roll the clip as well as the videos I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes, guys. Alright lovelies, let's dive into the video.
Please be patient with me because there's so much here. I think the quick answer is that Asian Americans are given white privilege, especially the Asian Americans who fit the model minority stereotype. The quid pro quo for receiving that privilege is upholding white supremacy culture, which means being anti-Black. I was talking with somebody last night who was pointing out that the Civil Rights Amendment was passed in 1964, but also in the 1960s, the United States opened the door to Asian immigration. So now you have an influx of racial minorities who knew nothing about the history of white violence against Black people, knew nothing about the Black civil rights movement. So they arrived with civil rights, not understanding how that came to be. And also it effectively erased the United States' own anti-Asian history, because Asian Americans came in not necessarily knowing about the Chinese Exclusion Act or the internment of Japanese Americans in the United States during World War II. And I think that Asian Americans are used as a buffer between the Black community and the white community, because in the 1960s, there was almost a racial reckoning. The white power structure almost had to face accountability for the history of violence against Black people. But instead, Asian Americans were inserted and were pit against each other, so that we're always up against each other, and that basically like white supremacy escapes accountability. And the example that I think of that sort of started like the root of a lot of tension is Asian Americans were buying into the negative media stereotypes of Black people. And then in the events that led up to what became known as the LA riots, the LAPD kettled protests away from wealthy white neighborhoods and into Koreatown, and then they left. And we know how that played out. So again, the two communities being pitted against each other and away from the white power structure. And obviously the model minority myth is used to oppress the Black community. And there's so much here. I will be getting more into it, but I feel like that's the quickest answer that I can give that gets a little bit into the history. And I'm really curious to know what the Black community and Asian Americans feel about this. But please be patient with me. Thank you.
Question. This actually is a serious question. Why don't you like us Black people? Non-American Asians always gave me the cold shoulder. American Asians were cool and I often hang out with them. Are they just not used to us?
Partially.
Sad to say, but I know that there's anti-Blackness very much so in a lot of Asian American communities. And obviously, unfortunately, anti-Blackness is global. And I think
it's a very long historical answer.
Yeah.
Some of it has to do with not being used to it. Okay, so colonization happened throughout the whole world when white colonizers took over Asia, Africa, all the other continents. And with that came the belief of anti-Blackness that was instilled upon all of these communities. Now, once those colonizations ended, you were left with this homogenized community where they don't know anyone who don't look like they're all white, all Asian, all South Asian, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you fast forward to having technology and Western media, because again, controlled by whiteness, is pushing out this message of that Black communities are gangsters, do this, they do that. And then that media gets pushed out into the world in the form of movies and TV shows. And now you take this homogenized community who has learned anti-Blackness through colonization and stuff like that, on top of the fact that it's then mixed with people who are learning about these races for the first time through fictionized television that is controlled by white media. And then you have this biased look. So when they meet Black people for the first time, they're having to reconcile what they have been essentially brainwashed into thinking versus then trying to figure out what that means when they meet you and they're like, but you're not any of these things, which is the reason why you get a lot of people from Asia who are having to go through that discovery, and Asian Americans who grew up with that and know that those are things that are essentially propaganda, mind washing, to keep upholding this idea of, and instead of using the WS word, I'm going to say anti-Blackness, because one is,
hand in hand,
and they push this anti-Blackness, then it's basically global propaganda. So then people are trying to, come to those terms. And instead of just being hateful, they may just not understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that's like the short end of it.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing to contribute. That was very concise. A lot of people are just conditioned to believe that Black people are whatever the conditioner wants you to believe they are.
Yep.
And, like my grandma, the only Black people she had ever seen were American soldiers in Korea. And to her, they were all part of the same group. And then when she came to America, all she knew about Black people was, like you said, what she had seen on TV, what people had told her. And so she was very distrusting of Black people. And I was like, how many Black people are just like everybody else? Like, I go to school with Black kids, like, and she was just like, oh no, they're very dangerous. I'm like, they're not. This is just what people wanted you to believe. But what else did she know? You know what I mean? She's just this like, country girl from, uneducated, and is told by everybody in power what to believe. My God is better. My people are better. My guns are better. So she's like, okay, well, all of these things are better. So I better side with the better side.
Yep.
It happens that most of them have been taught, even from their growing up, from their father, mother, sisters, to dislike people, or because of some kind of negativity they have about Black people or people of my own kind of skin color. Because of this, a lot of them have grown up to see these people as a kind of dangerous or people you cannot mingle with or do something reasonable with. That's why sometimes most of our brothers, anytime they go to their store, they have been treated in some kind of way because of what they have been taught or what they have been told by their ancestors, their colonizers, and tend to treat us so badly. So that's why if you go to their store, I can remember a video that happened sometime in London where a woman actually goes to these stores to purchase hair products. The way this Asian store owner disgraced her, handled her, you would think that, oh my goodness, she actually went there to take something that does not belong to her. So these people have seen us as people that is in this certain way, and when you have told somebody about a particular set of persons right from when you are growing up, for you to leave that kind of mentality or mindset concerning this person is a very difficult thing. That's why we are still suffering today. Why when affirmative action issue came up, I was so amazed because I covered it though I put the videos down. It all started. This guy was actually looking for admission. He was not able to get admissions into this Ivy school, so he was thinking that out of affirmative action, Black people who are not qualified, because they see us as people that we are not qualified to do anything. We are not educated. We are poor. We are every negative thing you need to think about in this world, we have all the characteristics. So they have seen and they have been projected to believe this. That's why the saga of affirmative action, this Wangon guy is not getting admitted into Ivy school, he decided to fight for it, because he was thinking that unqualified black persons have gotten into these admissions because of affirmative action. Then him, that is so intelligent with the best scores, with everything, is getting it very difficult to get to these Ivy schools. And one thing led to the other with their propaganda and everything they have to put in place. Affirmative action was struck down. Affirmative action was struck down. Everybody was thinking that, okay, now that affirmative action has been struck down, they will be getting admitted into the schools. And guess what? They have what they call post-affirmative action, where the percentage at which students were getting admitted into the school now reduced drastically. Now they are finding out that we are actually not the problem. These people have tried to brainwash them to believe that people of my own type are actually the problem and dubious one, because they want to use them as a divide and conquer thing. They begin to realize that they have been using them all these whites for their own benefits, for their own thing. Like, that is why when this affirmative action thing was, trending, then I was just smiling. I was like, I think these people were thinking that we are the problem. They don't know that they are also in that minority group, even if they feel that they are superior and they are in kind of the same level with the pan-colored people. They don't know that these people are just using them as a wage. They are using them to just get rid of this kind of people in a certain positions and all of that. Why, when it gets your turn, they are also going to get rid of you. So all this, we don't like black people because of what we've been told, or we don't like people of color because of this. Everybody is going to get hit. I posted a video yesterday which I called the battle of the Karens. Two Karens. One is a pan-colored woman, the other one is an Asian woman. They were just, but I was just smiling all through the video. I was thinking you guys are allies. So why are you guys fighting each other? Why are you trying to make us the other one was calling this way and sis? I was like, I was thinking it's only in the black community that this actually exists. So guys, anyways, this is just all for today. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational purposes. So please share this video, subscribe to my channel if you're here to do that, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload my next one.